Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. So lately I've been creating some thank you cards to show my appreciation to my neighbors for all of their help during my recovery from my surgery. They have been absolutely amazing. They take out my garbage, they go food shopping for me, take me to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. The list is endless. So I wanted to make some thank you cards for them, and I'll be giving them gift cards or gift certificates to restaurants, depending on what I think they would like. But I've been making some cards and I found myself drawn to creating this pattern, and I wasn't sure why, but it made me think of the stacking of stones. So I read up on what the stacking of stones represents because, as I mentioned, I was very drawn to it and I just started painting these, and turns out that this is what I found on one site on the internet. It reads, "Rock stacking has carried spiritual meaning across cultures for centuries. The act of balancing stones carries with it a practice of patience and physical effort of creating balance. Each rock can signify an intention of grace for thankfulness or offered up for another need." So I thought it was ironic that offering it up for thankfulness was one of the things that it can represent, because that is exactly what I am, very thankful. So now getting back to the cards. First, I created this design, and I made a couple of them. And then I decided to take it a step further and create different textures on the stones. These were just painted, and then I created a black background. But these were created on a sheet of paper and they were all cut out, and then I used a black paper for the background, and I did this one as well. But I really like these, and I wanted to show you how I created the texture on this paper to create these cards using alcohol ink, and then I'll explain to you how I put the cards together. So to create these, what I did was I took a sheet of photo paper and I grabbed some alcohol ink markers in different colors. And if you don't have alcohol ink markers, you can use ink from the bottle, that's fine. You can either apply it with a brush or just drop it onto your paper, but this is how I did it. I just wanted easy. So I just took some markers and scribbled all over the paper like this. What color is this? Okay, this is warm gray. And of course I'm working on the matte side of the photo paper. So I'm just going to take each of the colors. I'm going to go over, oops, I should have put down my wee pad. You know, and I have it right here too. Let me put that down before I create a bigger mess. So usually when I'm working with alcohol inks, I like to use, these are pet wee pads, because they are very absorbent on this side, but they are plastic on the other side. So your ink seeps into it and dries, but doesn't seep through to the other side. So it protects your surfaces. And they're really inexpensive. You can find them on Amazon or any pet store, and they work really great. So there's no rhyme or reason as to how or why I am applying these colors. And you can see as I go over the previous colors, they start to blend and mix a little bit. And that's kind of what you want. But you just want to make sure that you cover most of the surface of the paper. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. This is a little stress reliever. Just scribbling on the paper. And one last color. What color is this? Okay, gray. Really didn't mean to grab that purple. I thought it was a different color. So I'm going to kind of cover it up. I want a little bit of it to show, but not too much. Okay, I think, let me just cover up any white areas that I have. Then you can take, you don't have to do this, but I like, see how I have the black lines going through each of the stones? I really like that look. So what I did was I took, these are dual tip markers, and I took the fine point end of it and I just scribbled. Like that. And then I have a spray bottle of alcohol and I am going to mist it from a distance. And then since I don't have a dryer up here, I'm going to assist it by fanning it a little bit. And you can see how you get that gorgeous pebbly texture that I am so fond of. And that's drying nice and quickly. And now you can either take your black marker and you can draw the shapes that you want and then cut them out. Or you can cut your paper in a strip like this. I'm going to cut off the white end here because I don't want any of that. And then you can just simply start cutting out your shapes. And I like the flat stones, but it's important to have different shapes. So just have some fun, cut out some shapes. And like I said, you can either trace them or you can just cut them out freehand, whatever shapes you like. So I'm going to show you what I have here. Hold on. Okay, so I have here some that I had done previously, and you can see I have all different shapes. I have some large, some, and I've separated them into basically sizes so that as I'm putting them together, it's easier to work with. And for the black background, this is what I purchased. This is a Canson black drawing pad. And each sheet, there's 40 sheets in here, and I think I paid maybe like $12 for this. And each sheet is 9 by 12 inches. And it's just black paper, very inexpensive, but it's nice and thick. Well, it's not, I mean, it's decent. So what I do is I like to play around and decide how I want this. So you can put down your rocks and create whatever pattern you like. And when you decide on your pattern for your stones, let me find one more to top this off. Okay. Once you decide on your pattern, you can use either double-sided tape. By the way, this tape hates me. Or you can use a glue stick. I like the Elmer's washable glue. It goes on purple and dries clear, so you can see where you're applying it. And then you can cut it out. So I'm going to show you how I made these cards. So I bought these mats on Amazon, and I forget exactly how many you get. I think it's 25 of them, and they come with a backing, which I used for this one. So you can, once you have your image in underneath the mat, you can adhere rather, this backing, so it makes it nice and solid. And then they give you these great little cellophane bags, which I dropped. Let me grab one of those. All right. So they give you these great little cellophane bags. So after you make your card, you can slip it into the bag with the envelope, and it has this removable strip here so that you can fold it, and it adheres to itself so that your cards are protected. If you want to make these as gifts, you can make a few of them and give maybe 4 or 5 of them wrapped in a pretty ribbon as a gift and leave them blank. And I think they make great gifts. Or to protect them, once you've made them, you can simply slip them into the bag to protect them. So like I said, these mats I purchased on Amazon, and this is just a Canson paper. And this one here, let me move this out of the way. I'm working on a very small surface, so I have stuff everywhere. If only you could see my mess. So these are postcards. I purchased these on Amazon also, and I got a large amount with envelopes, very inexpensive. But I wanted to make it nice and thick, because once I applied the Canson paper and I adhered everything, this card felt a little bit too flimsy, so I adhered the backing that came with the mat to this one using the double-sided tape. So what I did to this one was I took a POSCA pen and I put the black card down on my wee pad, and I just drew the marker along the side. And then once I adhered it, I liked the way the green looked because it brought out the green in this stone here. So I used the marker again on the side of the craft paper postcard. And then of course I couldn't leave well enough alone, because you know I like my borders. I used a fine liner with a chisel tip, and I just ran it along the side here and created another border. And then to create the word believe, I used a stamp, and then I used embossing powder and my embossing gun to set it. And of course you don't have to do that. You can either write it or leave it blank. So that was really easy to make. Excuse me. And this one, what I did was after I did this to the photo paper, I just took a black alcohol ink marker and I just did some black on here. I'll show you. It's really easy. Let's see if I can find that black marker now. Okay. So I just took the black marker and I created shapes. This is not the black marker, that's the gray. Let me find the black one. Okay. So I just took the black marker and created shapes. Just like that. And then I just filled in the background using the black marker, which kind of comes out streaky a little bit, so you got to be careful. But then you can fill in the surrounding area. And then I just cut it out. Once I completed it, I cut it out and adhered it to the back of the mat, and then adhered it to a card. So that was very, very easy. These are all really easy, but I think they're really pretty. And I think that I will also be making a few of these, slipping them into the cellophane wrapper and giving them as gifts to all my wonderful neighbors who have been so wonderful and supportive, helpful, generous, and they're just amazing. I am truly blessed. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you give this a try. If you have any questions about anything you've seen me do or that I have explained here, drop it in the comments. I'll always get back to you. And if you do give these cards a try, I would love to see how you do. You can always share your version of paintings or techniques learned on this channel in our Facebook group, or rather on our Facebook group, Vivo Vintage Design Tutorials. I created that group so that my subscribers would have a place to share their versions of the paintings and techniques learned on this channel. We have a wonderful group of members that are incredibly supportive and will definitely build your confidence. And I am very active in the group, so if you would like some feedback or have any questions, you can always reach out to me there. And I check it daily, so I'll get back to you very quickly. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the description box for links to the products used, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.